Let's go to Benji, who's a Manchester United fan. Benji, good evening. You there?
How you doing, Jamie?
Yeah, good. In the end, for Manchester United, it was an amazing night at Old Trafford.
Yeah, it was. I disagree slightly that it was an exhilarating second half performance. I do agree with your previous caller that there was so much about it that was still a problem. Your gentleman earlier that said, you're not a United fan if you don't support Ollie. I do disagree with that statement. The only thing I would say positively, I think if you look at teams like Liverpool, I know the reference was made to us not winning trophies, but when you get into a final and your goalkeeper, essentially misses a penalty, I think you do have to review that and look back and say, well, we got to those finals. Tonight, the first half, Rashford misses a sitter in the first couple of minutes. That goes in. That could change the shape of the game. Rashford hit the crossbar too. So I don't think it's as dire as it could be, but I think there are some fundamental things that consistently go wrong for Man United. And I'm not certain that Ollie has the minerals to necessarily turn that round. I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm not sure he has the minerals to turn that round. It's a bit of a conundrum for me sitting in the stand.
You say that, though, but I also have to give the credit when you're 2-0 down at half-time. He comes in. He does come in at half-time, and he's done this it's not like this has been a one-off. This has happened before where he's been under pressure, and he pulls it out the bag. He motivates the team to go out in the second half, get a result. That you have to say.
Absolutely, and I'm a massive Ollie fan. If I'm completely honest, Ollie is a legend, and what he's done for that club. I've sat in those stands under Moyes, under Louis van Gaal, and under Jose Mourinho. We've had one of the most successful managers since Fergie managed that club and struggled too. So I've seen the rebuild that Ollie's done, and I think he has to be given credit and time for that. But I just think there is something missing there in that hierarchy. I think there's fundamental kind of mistakes that have been made. I think signing Ronaldo at the time we did wasn't necessarily the best thing for the club. Don't want to say that after he's just won us the game tonight, but I don't think it was the right thing for the club at that time. But it just speaks to the shambles, that's run above Ollie's head, really. And I feel that it probably needs a stronger character than Ollie in there to manage all of that and perhaps steady the ship going forwards. But I am a massive Ollie fan for what he's done for the club and what he's done to rebuild us, since Ferguson.
Okay, all right, Benji, thanks for your call. Let's go to Adam, who's a Manchester United fan. Adam, good evening.
Good evening, gents. By the way, I couldn't agree more with that last caller, mate. Absolutely, I think everything he said was what I was going to say. If I should add a little bit on it and on the fans' part, I think especially the performance and the result, how the result ended up going for us tonight. I think it's harsh to come out and say and to be calling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's head. I think that's not what Man United is all about. Especially at this moment in time. Get behind the manager. Give him the time that he needs. For me, personally, you give him this season. He's got the right. He worked hard to get that, and I think that's what he deserves. You stand behind him, and if you go to Old Trafford right now, I don't think people will be saying Ollie out. It's all Twitter and all Instagram and all that, and social media sites. I think the fans at Old Trafford, I ain't saying that. They're behind the manager, and they'll be singing it, similar to what we did with Mourinho until obviously the disaster happened at the end.
Yeah.
So similar to what that last caller said, mate.
But Adam, can I ask you a question? When, as a Man United fan, when does it get to the point, because the defending is an issue, right? You don't keep clean sheets, and you can't win a Premier League title or a Champions League if you're not going to keep clean sheets. So if you're very much, say, Ollie at the wheel, then you've got to start asking the question about the players, because some of the defending from the players ain't good enough.
I can't agree more, mate. 100%. I think, but I, like tonight, those 2 goals for me personally, players, and for me, it's nothing to do with the manager, because the set pieces that happen on Leicester, the ones that happen tonight, that overlap with Luke Shaw coming into the middle when no one tracks the lad going on the right wing. That for me, that's nothing to do with the manager. That's no tactics. You can blame Ollie on the tactics and the way we play and the style of football, but for me, those little moments, the lack of concentration from Maguire, that has nothing to do with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I'm not saying that I'm behind Ollie 100%. There's moments where I'm like, oh my God, come on.
What percentage are you behind him? What percentage?
What, at the moment?
Yeah.
As a manager? Well, I'm backing a Man United manager.
No, you said you're not 100%.
Yeah,
You said you're not 100% behind it. What percentage? What percentage are you?
I can't put a number to it. I'll tell you.
No,
What,
try.
I'll
Try.
tell you where I stand.
Try.
I'll tell you where I stand, and then you can put a number to it.
Right.
I watch games.
Yeah. So 20%. That is.
Literally, I watched games and I literally went, we need to move on from this from the manager. The
2%.
games against Leicester, where we but like tonight, that first half, I was having arguments with other Man United fans, saying that Ole needs to go after this game, and someone was saying that,
What out? So 0%.
So basically, you're at about 9%.
At half time, it was 0% behind him.
What?
It goes to the only positive we've got out of that, mate.
Slaughtered him.
Adam,
You've just slaughtered him.
You've slaughtered him, but you said you've gone to the. You go to the games. That's it. That's all you've said.
I missed that bit. Say that again.
All you said is you go to the games. That was the only percentage that we could kind of be positive towards Solskjaer. Was that you said we go to the games?
One thing I will never do. One thing I will never do is definitely tweet and say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go out, Ole out. Because that's not me. That's
but you've just come on national radio.
You just said you told your mate at half time. You just told your mate at half time, Ole out. Did you just say that?
No chance. No chance.
You just said that.
Argument with fans saying Ole out.
So you want him out? Why do you want him out?
Well, for me, I think he deserves the year. I think he deserves it. No matter what happens, whether win titles or whatever, I think you go and review at the end of the season because I think that's what he deserves.
Adam, last chance to answer this question. Adam, last chance, right? What percentage are you behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
95.6%.
So you're not 100% behind him then? So there's a part you want him out?
Behind him. No, I'm not. I'm not 100% behind him. 95%. I'll go with that.
So there's a percentage you want him out. Okay.
Yeah, there's a big percentage, I think. Adam, thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. 03717 22 33 44.